What is going on, guys? It's your boy Hamza and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my top 10 fragrances to wear in the summertime. We're going to start off the list with my number 10 spot, that is Versace Man Eau Fraiche. This is a very citrusy based fragrance that has notes of lemon, pepper, and I believe bergamot as well. It's a great summer fragrance, been out for quite some time now. This one lasts about 7 hours on my skin and it projects fairly well for the first 2 hours. But yeah, it's a great fragrance from Versace. Highly recommend if you haven't checked it out. Versace's Man Eau Fraiche, great summer fragrance. My number 9 spot goes to Gucci's Guilty. This is a fresh and sweet sort of a fragrance. It has an iris note in this. It's also very powdery. But yeah, this is that fresh and sweet sort of combination. This one doesn't last too long on my skin, about 5 to 6 hours, and the projection isn't the best as well. But it's a great fragrance by Gucci. Highly recommend that you wear this in the nighttime though. I believe it's that sweetness that gives it sort of like that dark vibe. And again, I think this is great for the nighttime. So my number 9 spot, that is Gucci's Guilty. Up next at number 8, we have Mont Blanc's Legend. This one has notes of rose, bergamot, and pineapple. It's a great summertime fragrance. It's been compared a lot to Abercrombie's & Fitch Fierce, and I do see the similarities. Nonetheless, it's a great fragrance. It lasts about 6 to 7 hours on my skin and projects fairly well, but it becomes a skin scent also fairly quickly. It has a very nighttime vibe to it. I believe this one is great for the nighttime during the summer days. But yeah, nonetheless, it's a great fragrance from Mont Blanc. That is my number 8 spot. Highly recommend Mont Blanc Legend. Coming up next from the house of Bulgari, this is Bulgari's Aquamarine. No one really talks about this fragrance, which is why I believe it's a hidden gem. This is a great summer fragrance, lasts about 8 to 10 hours on my skin. Yeah, it's a great fragrance. This one has notes of neroli, mandarin orange, and I believe this one has sea notes as well because it reminds me a lot of the ocean, hence the name Aquamarine. But yeah, nonetheless, great fragrance from Bulgari, and I told you guys it lasts great. And as I said, this one lasts a great time on my skin and projects fairly well, which is why I believe it's a great summer fragrance. And if you haven't checked this one out, I highly recommend that you do so. So that's my number 7 spot, Bulgari's Aquamarine. My number 6 spot goes to a recent release by YSL Y. This is YSL Y's Eau Fraiche. This one has lemon, ginger, and sort of like pepper notes into this. It's a great fragrance by YSL. YSL Y EDP and the YSL Y gets a lot of love, but this one really doesn't. But yeah, this one's a great summer fragrance. Obviously the downsides to this is the performance. It doesn't last that long, about 5 to 6 hours, and then it becomes a skin scent. It's a great release by YSL. If you haven't checked it out, check out YSL Y Eau Fraiche. Up next, we have another Bulgari fragrance. This is Bvlgari Man Extreme. This one has notes of bergamot, cardamom, and grapefruit. It's a great fragrance. It's very fresh and also very sweet at the same time. Pierces through that summer heat. Great fragrance for dressing up as well. Very classy fragrance by Bulgari. The bottle is absolutely gorgeous and it's a great fragrance. Highly recommend that if you haven't checked it out, you check it out. This one is also another fragrance by Bulgari that doesn't really get talked about. So also, again, a hidden gem by Bulgari in my opinion. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Bulgari's Man Extreme, great for the summertime. Up next, we have a heavy hitter from Rasasi. This is Rasasi's Hawas. Now, if you haven't heard about this fragrance, pretty sure you're living under a rock by this point because this fragrance has been talked and raved about so much in the community, and I truly believe that it lives up to the hype. This one has notes of apple, bergamot, and lemon. It's a beautiful, gorgeous fragrance, and for the summertime, it's absolutely wonderful. It projects a lot, and what I mean by a lot, like it's beast mode. And the longevity is absolutely great too. This one lasts 10 plus hours, and I believe you can even still smell it the next day. So great fragrance by Rasasi, and it performs extremely well. I think it might be the best performing fragrance in this list actually. So great summer fragrance, Rasasi's Hawas. For my number 3 spot, it's Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gio Profumo. This is a very refined fragrance. It has notes of patchouli and Bergamot. It's great, absolutely wonderful for the summertime. And this one I believe is more so for the mature crowd. So if you're in your mid to late 20s and above, it's great. And if you're a teenager, I'm not saying you can't pull it off, but I do believe that it's a little bit more difficult to pull off as a teenager. Like I said, it's a little bit more refined. So you want to dress this one up and you want to wear it in the nighttime. It's absolutely wonderful. Great release by Giorgio Armani. That's Giorgio Armani Aqua di Gio Profumo from my number 3 spot. My number 2 is an absolute hidden gem, and I'm fairly certain that you haven't heard about this or even tried it before. This is Carven pour Homme, and amazing fragrance. It has notes of violet leaf and grapefruit, and it has a lot of similarities to Creed's Green Irish Tweed. But yeah, it's an absolute gorgeous of a fragrance. You know what? I actually might make this my scent of the day. Yeah, absolutely wonderful fragrance. Highly recommend this one also for like that nighttime. It's great, absolutely wonderful. Like I said, the performance isn't the best, but the fragrance itself is absolutely gorgeous. Highly recommend that if you haven't tested it out, that you do so. I do believe this one might be discontinued because it's a lot more difficult to find nowadays. If you like that Creed Green Irish Tweed DNA, get your hands on this. I believe you won't be disappointed, and it's a great summer fragrance. That is Carven pour Homme. My number 1 spot may not come as a surprise to some of you. That is Dolce Gabbana's Light Blue Eau Intense. This one has grapefruit and mandarin orange. It's a very aquatic, summery kind of fragrance. It's a very aquatic, beachy kind of fragrance. It has sea notes. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And if you're by the ocean or any sort of like pool party water, this is a great fragrance to wear. Absolutely great for the summertime. Its longevity is great and the sillage is great as well. It pierces through that summer heat, and it's a great choice for the summertime. Highly recommend if you haven't checked it out. Dolce Gabbana's Light Blue Eau Intense for my number 1 spot for this summer. Alright guys, so that was my video about some of my favorite fragrances that I'll be wearing this summer. If you guys enjoyed that video, please hit that like button. I greatly appreciate that. Comment down below and let me know what are some of the fragrances that you'll be wearing this summer. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And guys, until next time, it's your boy Hamza, and I'm out. Peace.